This sucks.
Now maybe did I mean to treat you bad?
Stupid garage door always finds a way to break, I swear to God.
Some say a life was saved, but you lived it anyway.
So this is my 1991 Buick Skylark, and it's had its fair share of issues. I drove it 10 minutes. But today the issue is fuel pump. The fuel pump took a crap. 30 minutes away from home. Yeah, that was a whole ordeal. I have to drop the tank today while I'm waiting for the fuel sending unit to arrive. All right, so I've already got it up on ramps. It was kind of difficult to get it in here, but it's all right. Got some cardboard laid down. Fuel tank is like in the middle of the car. I'm gonna spray some lube on it. Yeah, I think that'll penetrate. Oh, that one's wedged up in there. Might have to use the, yeah, look at that. Tip. Oh, it's right there. I missed it. You know, while we're here, we might as well do the fuel sending unit. And while we're here, we might as well do the exhaust. I mean, I've already got the back end lifted up. Wouldn't be too hard to take a sawzall and cut the exhaust off. I don't even have a welder, so I'll probably just clamp a new one on. I found these badass safety glasses about a week ago. Safety second. So, turns out those safety glasses were prescription, and they were giving me a headache. Not really sure what the plan is here. I think I'm just gonna start cutting. All right, let's do it. Yep, that's straight. It's hard because the rest of the exhaust is not attached to anything. It's just straight off the headers, so yeah. This thing just moves wherever it pleases. There we go. Okay, so that's supposed to be up there. Chop it off again up by the cross member and then take it out. As you can see, my cuts are, it looks like a master did this, obviously. Very perpendicular. Well, I guess that makes my job a little less hard. I was trying to cut up here, and this just came out. But yeah, I mean, as you guys can see, this thing is just absolutely toast. I can put my finger through that and then just, yeah, it's not good. Just snap the bolt on the muffler clamp trying to take it off, bro. Good thing we won't be needing that. All right, guys, my car is now an EV. There's no engine in it. This thing sounds like a jar of rocks when I shake it, so that's what happens when you daily drive it on gravel roads every day. All right, so apparently it's a snappy day. I'm not gonna reuse these, so doesn't matter. My vise is not big enough, so I'm just gonna resort to beating it in order to get this adapted on. Yeah, there's no shot that's coming out. All right, so none of the mufflers that I have right now are gonna fit on that exhaust, the 2-inch exhaust. So I'm gonna buy one. I'm kind of nervous. It's from Summit. It's like 30 bucks. So I don't know. We'll see. All right, I just ordered that muffler. Skeeters are coming out, so might as well hit the hay, you know. All right, just got this fuel pressure regulator in the mail. I'm gonna put it. It goes right there. I'm gonna put it on there. Got the fuel pressure regulator installed. We'll see if it shoots gas all over the place and explodes when I put the new fuel filter and fuel pump and sending unit in the gas tank. Alrighty, got the muffler. Let's see how it sounds. Alright, this is just straight piped right now. Oh, you know, maybe it would help if I put the fuel pump fuse back in. This will be straight piped. Sounds like a V8, bro. Alright, let's put the muffler on. Here's with the muffler. Alright, I got both the tank strap bolts loose. Had to use a breaker bar. Sometimes all you need is an extra 4 inches, you know? I have very sketchily lifted the tank up. The e-brake cable and the exhaust should hold up the tank, but this is just an extra precaution. I have no idea how heavy this tank is. It's got about a half a tank of fuel in it, so it shouldn't be too much. It's only a 13-gallon tank. Oh my, yes. It's out. This one is gonna be even harder. It's possible. That's all I care about. Victory. All right, tank is dropped halfway down. I've got some of the lines off of the fuel sending unit, as you can see. Still need to get the filler neck out of there, as well as the vent line for the filler neck. The gas tank, it's out. I'm so freaking tired, dude. Holy moly. Now all I gotta do is fix it and then put it back in. That should only take 1 hour, right? I've got the tank all cleaned up so that nothing drops in while I take this sending unit out, and I'm just gonna pop this thing off. All right, so I do believe I found the issue. I got this thing out. Yeah, so this is a filter, and it might have been the reason why it's the fuel pump stopped working. That's definitely all up in the fuel system. So I'm gonna grab the new fuel sending unit and the fuel pump, assemble that, throw it back in the car. Made in the USA. And Doorman fuel sending unit. I did steal the fuel pump pulsator off of the old one because this one didn't come with one. They're discontinued parts, so old fuel line still. It works fine. It doesn't have any leaks. Tank does have some stuff in it. I did pull out, so they have like plastic baffles inside of that gas tank. I had to pull out a chunk of the plastic baffle that had broken off. I think it's ready to go in. Good luck in there, little buddy. All right, it's locked and loaded. Now it goes back underneath the car. Look at that. Fuel tank is back in. Everything's hooked up besides filler neck. Goes right here. And the actual fuel pump, because the pins are bent to where it doesn't want to connect. Try and bend them in the right spot. Hopefully I can make it work. Alright, everything's all hooked back up. I think we just need to put the exhaust back up, and I think it should be ready to go. It's currently 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm gonna get some rest. Goodbye for now, Mr. Skylark. Alright, so exhaust is back on. Everything should be dialed in. I'm gonna see if it runs. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up and the whole car burns to the ground. Look at that. I'm not too sure I'm a fan of that exhaust note. This is hitting this. I gotta lower it a little bit. It's hitting the rocker panel, but runs about the same. A whole lot less fuel pump noise. Damn, is she looking good. Well, look where the Buick is again. I think it's still the same issue. It's cutting fuel at around 3,000 RPM, and it just does not want to live right now, apparently. I have it lifted up in the front because I think the issue now is the crankshaft position sensor. Not 100% sure if that's what it is, but I think I'm gonna have to take this wheel off in order to get a better angle at that sensor. So I'm gonna go grab a jack up this front. Not sure if I want to do that because that is digging itself into the dirt. So we'll see if it crushes me. Hopefully it does, so that I don't have to deal with this thing anymore. All right, so I've got the fender liner out, fender trim. So I'm also gonna repaint this fender while we're here. I've marked out where the rust stops with a Sharpie. You can see it's, well, actually you can't see in real life. This paint is bubbling up to where I drew with a marker. Not, yeah, that's, yeah, this isn't rusty at all. There's that sensor back in there. Dude, this is so addicting. I need to start doing this more often, but I gotta remove this trim. Have no idea how to do that, so I guess I'll figure it out. All right, so I'm gonna have to take off this balancer, as you can see. I'm gonna try something that I've never done before. Basically, what I'm gonna do is I've wedged this breaker bar to the crank bolt, and basically what I'm gonna do is hit the key so that the starter spins the engine over. What you're gonna do is just bump the key, and this should come loose. It was shifting the whole car. Oh! Well, that thing's stuck. Oh my god. I really wanted to get a video of it breaking loose, but that's probably not gonna happen. Alright, a lot has happened recently. I did get that crank bolt loose. I had to get an impact. There it is. It's loose now, but I just put it in there just because the bolt comes out, but the pulley doesn't want to come out. So I'm gonna have to get a puller for that. I have started to sand down this fender, get it to bare metal. Gonna repaint it. Gotta buy a balancer pulley from Northern Tool tomorrow. Finally got it off. And this off too. This thing is held on right here. There's two fingers on either side, and this bolt right here that cinches the fingers like together. Now what I'm gonna do is stick a light up top in the engine bay, put the new sensor on, and I'm gonna have to line it up with these two rings on here so that there's enough gap so it doesn't rub. All right, new sensor is in right here. It's all lined up. I got the dust cover back on. I'm gonna throw the balancer back on, tighten it back up, throw a serpentine belt back on, and hopefully it runs. Bro, I'm genuinely lost. It's doing the same thing it was when it died the first time. What could it possibly be? I'm so confused. Like, once the engine heat soaks, it just dies. I think I might have just found it, because the cord, okay, I'm gonna take off the alternator and show you what I mean. So since I have the alternator off and everything off, I might as well do intake gaskets, right? Intake is off, bolts are out. Look at the inside of this engine. It's actually not bad. I thought it'd be a lot worse. Of course, there's some buildup. I believe these passages are actually for buildup to be stored in so that it doesn't get to the rest of the cooling system. You can see here as well. Take these gaskets off. Okay, there we go. Oop, some stuff fell in there. Yeah, look at that. Some of these passages are broken. Definitely needed that. Look at this. Oh my goodness, that's just completely blown out there. I'm surprised this thing ran. It's cracked in a couple of spots, so I'm gonna try and pull it off in one piece here. This one's also blown out. Probably been overheated a couple of times. All right, I'm gonna put the camera down and clean this out because it is disgusting. Got this thing all cleaned up. Intake gaskets in. I'm gonna throw the actual intake on and goop up the corners. All right, intake is back on. I'm gonna eat dinner while I wait for the silicone gasket maker to seal on the corners, and then I'll torque her down the rest of the way. All right, she's all back together. I'm gonna clean this place up and start it tomorrow. It's the next night. Please, please, General Motors, please make this work. All right, so I did have 2 plug wires swapped around. Let's try this now. It's just burning off coolant right now. It's leaking coolant somewhere around the thermostat upper coolant hose neck down in there. Alright, well, I've concluded that this top hose is not sealing to the thermostat housing neck. I'm gonna go buy some more coolant tomorrow because everything's closed right now. I'm gonna see if it starts up again because normally it won't, so we'll see. No way it's doing it. God damn it. I've about had it up to here with this piece of shit, bro. I swear to God. I bleed the coolant system. Oh, it runs for 20 minutes. No problems. Then the last 10 minutes, fucking stumbles and dies. Oh, you can't see that. Don't worry. That's next video. But I honestly don't know what else this thing wants from me. I'm actually so done with this thing. What else do you want? I've replaced everything on you except for like 3 things that I already tested and know are good even after the engine is hot. What else do you want from me? Fucking bread? I don't know. That's why I give it bread. I don't know what else it wants. I don't even... Dude. Alright. Yeah, so cylinder number 4 was the one that was... The injector's fucked on this one. I could have driven it home like this. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, well... I'll order new injectors, I guess. And just now when I plugged that injector back in, it just died instantly. Alright, so who's the dumbass? That would be me. I wish I had that on camera, but yeah, don't mess with gas when you have the battery plugged in. I thought I had it, you know, not plugged in, but thank God I had a working fire extinguisher in here. Always keep a fire extinguisher on you at all times, like I'm telling you. Because if I did not have one, yeah, I thought I disconnected the battery last time. Didn't even bother looking. I'm a dumbass. Thank God that did not turn out to be something worse. This thing was like that when I pulled it out of the cupboard. So thankfully it had a little bit of charge. I am so stupid and so lucky, bro. Didn't even damage the paint job I'm doing. This is not supposed to be perfect. It's just meant to make sure that it doesn't rust out during the winter. I was going to do body work on this thing, but I don't have the time and it's getting cold. So, well, I've definitely made a mess, but it's better than the whole car burning down. So, that's a little better. All right, look at that. 6 new injectors going in. All right, got this thing back together. It's been running for 20 minutes. No issues. Let's go ahead and pull it out, and it's finally done. It's ready for winter. This fender, can't even tell. Like, whatever Rust-Oleum color that was almost a perfect match. He's finally out the barn. I just dropped my keys, but there is so much dust on this thing. It's so bad. I need to get this thing washed, but it'll be back on the road, so that's all I care about. I think my brother's gonna drive this for the winter. I'll drive the car that you guys will be seeing next video. Subscribe for that. And yeah, this thing's ready to go back on the road.